Hey, welcome to today's topic. What we are going to see today is how to deploy a domain controller in Azure. A domain controller is the first server most organizations deploy in the cloud as they move their workload to Azure. There are many reasons why you would extend your existing domain into the cloud or create a brand new domain controller in Azure. Few examples are single sign-on, disaster recovery, ADFS, etc. Sometimes a domain controller is a fundamental building block you need before you spin a new workload like RDS or Windows Virtual Desktop, for example. Now I signed into my Azure portal using my global admin username and password. Right on top of the Azure portal, you can find a search box. What we are going to do is we are going to find a deployment template which is going to help us deploy this domain controller fairly quickly. I'm going to search for a deployment template. You'll be welcomed in a deployment template area. You can find the common templates available, or you can create a brand new template yourself as well. For this demonstration today, what we're going to do is find a template called Active Directory New Domain. So just type in domain and find out Active Directory New Domain and select that template. As you can see that you can find the author and click on Learn More. This takes you to the GitHub page where you can actually go and read about what this template is all about and what are the additional things this template is going to install. Things like load balancer, for example, things like availability set, NIC configuration, NSG, etc. So you can go and read about all of that. Or you can directly go to the GitHub page and click on deploy to Azure and deploy this template right from the GitHub portal as well. So in our case, I'm going to select the template right now. By default, your subscription will be selected. If you have multiple subscription, make sure you select the right one. Create a brand new resource group if you are going to do it for the first time. In my case, I already created a resource group before. Resource group is nothing but a logical container. Put in your admin username. So basically, I'm going to use an on-prem admin as the administrator for that particular domain controller. And make sure you have a strong password set. If you have already thought in mind what sort of a domain name you're going to use, put in that details. And the DNS prefix is going to be the prefix attached to your server name so that you can use that to connect to Azure. And most of the other details are already filled out for you. So of course, you can go and verify the name. If you would like to change the name of the virtual machine, you can change that. If you would like to change the virtual network, you can change that. You can see that the default address space mentioned there, what's going to be the load balancer, etc. I'm going to hit purchase. Oops. Looks like I have not selected or agreed to the terms and condition. Yes, select that and purchase. And that is going to start the deployment for you. So you can click on the notification icon and select the deployment. And you can see in this particular page what is actually happening behind the scenes. So right now, our deployment is underway. And what is happening underneath is it is setting up the virtual network first, set up the load balancer, spin up your virtual machine, and there is going to be a script behind which is going to install the domain controller. I mean, like it is going to promote the server we chose as a domain controller and going to configure everything which is required for the domain controller. I'm going to fast forward the video. I will exactly tell you how much time it took for me to complete this whole process. So looks like our deployment has completed. So it took me close to 20 minutes for the whole setup. So I was basically running this in the background. I just checked and my deployment is completed. You can expand the deployment details to see all the components which this particular template had gone through. And you can click on go to resource. It straight away take you into the resource group you chose to deploy this template. You can click on the activity log to find out the details gone through, what are the timestamps, etc. But what I want you to pay attention is all the components which this template deployed for you, from the availability set to the load balancer to your NIC, to the data disk. As you can see, there are two separate disks which is attached to the VM. One is the operating system disk. Another one is the data disk to store the log files, etc. You can click on the VM to connect to the server. So you remember the DNS prefix we gave in the beginning. So that DNS prefix is attached. So you can copy that, take in your MSTSE and put in the details. You can directly connect to the server, or you can copy the public IP address. And again, you can use that to connect to the server, or you can click on the connect button, go to the RDP and download the RDP file to connect to the server. So there are multiple ways you can connect to your domain controller. But I'm going to use my favorite tool to connect to these remote servers. The tool which I most of the time use is mremote ng. So I'm going to create a new folder for this particular deployment, and basically you create a new connection and put in the public details. But again, just to tell you that opening the RDP port to internet is not recommended approach. This is only for the demonstration. But if you're really doing it in the real production environment, I would really advise you to use Azure Bastion or a jump box server to do it. So in this case, I'm going to copy the DNS name. I'm going to put in that details under the host name. And after that, basically you put in the username and password for that server. Again, these things are optional. You can always choose to not put in. You can put in this detail when you try to connect to the server. But again, for the interest of the demo, I'm going to just put in all the details to show you how powerful and easy to connect to the server. So I'm going to double tap on the server, or you can right click and click on connect. It is going to directly connect to the server. I'm logging in for the first time. It is going to take a couple more extra seconds to prepare the server for the first login. Now looks like our domain controller deployment is completed. You can validate the deployment by going into the admin tools. You can see that all the domain controller tools are installed. You can validate by going into Active Directory domain users and computer. See and make sure that everything is right before you use this domain controller for your future workload deployment in Azure. I hope the information provided in this video was useful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next video. Till then, you know what to do. Peace.